Alright, y'all. So today is my video cast. This is where I can basically just talk about anything I want, Gale Odell related. Excuse me. And since I figured, this would probably give me a good chance to talk about like some of my other review stuff on here and all that stuff. So anyway, just to introduce myself, I'm Gale Odell. I do other videos as well. Some of them you may or may not have seen. I'll do like a question of the day. I do a tarot card deck video. My girlfriend and I get together and do an advent calendar video. And also my pets have their own advent calendar video that I post up. So maybe you know some of those. Taste test videos, I do some of those too. So that's me. I do a lot of that stuff, and I occasionally do some WWE reviews and some movie reviews. And then I just decided, like, you know what, I'm going to do a video cast where I can just do those kind of reviews on here and talk about other things as well. So, and this is one of those videos where I can just, like, talk and ramble on, and you can just listen. You don't necessarily have to watch unless you want to. Every now and then I might have a visual on here, or I might, take you on a tour of the house or something. I don't know. But other than that, it's just me talking, rambling. So that's pretty much the video. So now let's get into it. Now that I introduced you to me, let's talk about WWE, since I brought it up earlier. Going right into it. So first off, of course, nothing new. Mommy versus Liv. That looks very enticing, actually. It's getting better and better all the time. I don't think it's really going to stop until Mommy gets her title back, which I'm excited to see. I think a lot of fans want to see her get her belt back, so I'm very excited for when that does happen. But yeah, I think it's really cool how they're going on with that story, and of course making Dirty Dom look pretty bad. I think, what did she call him on the last one? Chicken nugget slut or something like that. Nugget slut, something like that. But yeah, getting pretty intense there between the two of them, for sure. And there are rumors out now that CM Punk is going to face Roman Reigns at some point. I think that will happen, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Pardon me. I really look for CM Punk to go up against, of course, right now, Seth Rollins. That's going to be a big match, and that's one I don't really want to overlook right now by thinking on down the pipe with Roman Reigns. I do think that match will happen at some point. I don't know if it's going to be for the championship or not. That I don't know. But I could definitely see them doing it at some point. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a good match no matter what you do there. But yeah, I just don't want to look too far down the pipe. I really think that right now Seth Rollins versus CM Punk is going to be a good match. Can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be on the new. I think they're going to match up against each other on that first episode of Raw, I think, on Netflix. I think that's what the plan. But it should be really good. I cannot wait. I think it's going to be a good matchup. Although I don't think it's going to be the only matchup those two do. I think somehow or another it's going to get disqualified or something, and then it's going to move on to a bigger pay-per-view. Well, not pay-per-view, but you know what I mean. One of the bigger events of the year. I mean, the way that match has been advertised off and on, I could see it definitely making it a WrestleMania match at some point between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. It would definitely be in my opinion, definitely be a good WrestleMania match between the two of them. And then, of course, you got Drew McIntyre teaming up with a new bloodline. That was pretty interesting. Can't overlook that. That was pretty interesting. how Drew McIntyre said he's going to try to help the new bloodline take care of business, so to speak, so that way Sokola can take out Roman Reigns. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I mean, it's definitely interesting to see what's going to play out there. I mean, it's the thing about Roman Reigns. He's kind of pissed off a lot of other guys in the back. So during his former reign last year, for the last 3 years prior, so I mean, he had a good historical run, but he pissed off a lot of people in the process, and they're ready to take him out, so to speak. So we'll see what happens there. And then Naomi and Bianca Belair defending those titles successfully for the first time. The tag team titles, so that was pretty good. Priest costing the belt, the tag team belts for Finn Balor and the Judgment Day. That was pretty good, I have to admit. Definitely seeing a matchup sometime between Priest and Finn Balor at some point. I think they're going to lock horns pretty damn soon. So that'll be pretty cool too. And then of course Nick Aldis taken out by KO. He's out on injury, so there's rumor that Regal might take over. If he does, that would be pretty interesting. I'd like to see what happens there. But again, it's just a rumor. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But anyway, moving on. So then we've got the next that I want to talk about anyway is, I believe, Survivor. Either Survivor or, you know what? We can talk about Survivor next. That works. So we can talk about Survivor. Rachel Lamont. Kind of like the town of Lamont, except for she doesn't spell with an E. But Rachel Lamont winning Survivor 47. It came down really close between her and Sam. If you don't know, Sam, Teenie, Sue, and Rachel were in the final four. They made it all the way to the final four. Where Teenie and Sam had to make fire in order to solidify themselves into the final three after Rachel won immunity again for the last time she won immunity. So that put her into the final three, and then she took Sue with her. So now Teenie and Sam had to make fire in order for them to solidify their spot in the final three. Only one of them can win. Came really close between Teenie and Sam. Teenie actually started off really good, but forces of nature chimed in with her fire and kept her fire away from the rope a little bit. There is a wind that there's a wind that came in and kind of shifted things around, and let's just say her fire kind of went. It didn't blow out. It just, like fire usually does, it's following the wind, and it blew forward, avoiding the rope that was at the top. And meanwhile, Sam's fire was pushed more into the rope. So, as I say, what doesn't look out for one can look out for the other one. He won the fire, and after that, it was between Rachel, Sam, and Sue. And Sam made a very compelling case. I really thought, after the case that he made, because at first I was thinking, okay, Rachel's got this. It's in the bag. And when he made his case, I'm like, I don't know now. It could go up 50-50 now between her and Sam. Sam did get one vote, but that's all he got. Rachel did solidify it. She did win the whole thing. So congrats to Rachel. She did one hell of a run there. She did start off kind of at the bottom there. People were wanting to vote her out. So she's kind of at the bottom there for a little bit. And then she made herself all the way back to the top, so to speak, winning the last 4 immunity challenges. And on top of that, she had two hidden immunity idols. So congrats to her. It was a well-deserved Survivor win for Rachel. She did one hell of a job. And then Masked Singer's finale too. It was really good. The Wasps versus the Buffaloes at the end. Oh my goodness. I was blown away by both. I knew who the Buffaloes were. I kind of knew who they were from episode 3 or 4. I kind of figured it out. But the Wasp, I never quite figured out who he was. I kept thinking that he was probably somebody from first anyway. I really thought he was probably somebody from Hamilton. But especially when they said, like, okay, Broadway, and I'm like, okay, Hamilton. But I could never figure out who it was. And then I started drifting away from that because, like, he doesn't really sound like anybody from Hamilton, though. So I drifted away from that. I was like, I really don't know. I don't know. And then one guy said Usher. I'm like, that don't sound like Usher. And was Usher on Broadway? I mean, he might have been. I don't know. But then come to find out it was Mario. Mario did one hell of a job as the Wasp. Oh my gosh. I would say this is probably the closest, had to been the closest Masked Singer that they've had ever. Both of them sang really well. And of course, the Buffaloes, Boys to Men. I already knew who they were back in episode 3 or episode 4. And I was like, dude, I hope they go all the way. They did. I was really happy that the Buffaloes won. After I figured out who they were, I'm like, dude, I'm rooting for you guys all the way. You know. So, but hats off to both of them. They did a really good job. Like I said, probably the best Masked Singer. I would say that finale was probably the best Masked Singer episode I have ever seen. Ever seen. It was a really good finale all the way to the end. Great job. Loved it. And yeah, I can't say enough about that one. That one was really good. Really good. So there you go. There's my review of Survivor and my review of The Masked Singer. Both really good. Survivor just hit so much differently this year. Oh my gosh. Like every time I thought maybe there was an alliance going on, they would take out another strong guy. I'm like, well, that takes care of that alliance. Now is this one alliance? And like, no, they took out another strong guy. I'm like, I don't know. I can't really follow. Evidently, there's no alliance. It's just we're taking out strong members. We're just teaming up and taking them out. Until we got to Rachel. Rachel proved to be a silent, strong player. She didn't get off right off the bat. She kind of let everybody else play, and then all at once, she just hit her stride, and then she just kept going, wouldn't die. Like I said, very good season. Hats off to Rachel. Did one hell of a job. I have to admit, I think I was kind of rooting for her after she... I was rooting for her, but I was rooting for a couple of the other ones too, but I started really rooting for her, I think, right after she won that... Right when she found that hidden immunity idol in her fries. I started rooting for her about that time, and then, like I said, and it came between her and Sam was another one I was rooting for, so it's like, okay, now I don't know. I like her, but I like Sam too. And then, like I said, when they got down to the final four, I'm like, Rachel just won immunity again. That's her 4th win in a row. She's got this. It's in the bag. She's got some hidden immunity idols or whatever. So, I mean, plus she had an advantage. So I'm like, she's got this. It's in the bag. You ain't beating her now. She's got it. No doubt in my mind. They kept saying, like, this other lady, I forgot what her name was, like, that was her the one lady who could probably take her out. And I'm like, no, I don't see that happening. Rachel's got it all in the bag now. It's, I mean, they might pull off something, but if they're going to do it, Genevieve, that's who it was. Genevieve has to stay in order for them to take out Rachel. After that, you don't need Genevieve anymore, but you got to have her take out Rachel. And when they took out Genevieve, I'm like, yep, that's it. Rachel just won. She just won. No doubt in my mind. Nobody's stopping her at this point. So, hats off to Rachel. One hell of a stop. And like I said, in the Masked Singer, Boys to Men. Boys to Men, that's all you got to say. One of the greatest bands of all time, Boys to Men. I was excited they won. Hats off to Mario, too. One hell of an artist, but damn, Boys to Men won. I was so happy. And then, alright, so, and then of course the Chiefs won today. Happy about that. Now the Chiefs are just one win away from taking the entire AFC. So I'm happy about that. And of course, my Chiefs tattoo, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a Chiefs tattoo. I told you there might be some visual in here. So, but if you don't want to see it, that's fine. But there's a Chiefs tattoo, and I apologize, it's a little backwards because of how I'm filming. But there you go. I mean, it's forward on my arm, but, you know, it's that mirror image, mirror effect. But anyway, so there's that. And then, so happy about the Chiefs win today. And now we're moving on. So, doing my review of Mufasa. Good movie. Solid 10 out of 10. Gotta see it again. I don't care what anybody else says about their movie reviews of it. They can say this and that. I don't really care. Good movie. Love the music. I mean, I love the songs in it. I knew from the very beginning that the Mufasa's mom, and I forgot what the character's name was, but I knew that was... I knew who it was. I knew it was Beyonce. I knew that was Beyonce's voice. So, but she did a good job, great job in it. Everybody did. Great movie all the way around. They brought back all the greats, of course. They brought back Zazu. They brought back Rafiki. Of course, showing the origins of them. Such a great backstory. Loved it. And of course, they've thrown Timon and Pumbaa in there. Not in that story, but throw them in the forefront. And of course, it's with Simba's daughter. So if you've seen the cartoon version where he had a daughter, this is kind of the daughter that they're introducing in this when Rafiki is telling the story and about the origin of him and Mufasa and Zazu before Simba. So really cool movie. Oh, and Scar. You can't leave Scar out. How Scar even got his name. So really good movie all the way around. I definitely want to see it again already. I definitely want to see it again because I'm sure there's things in that movie that I missed. So I definitely want to go back and rewatch it as soon as possible. Overjoyed with it. Great movie. Great cast. I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but it was just so good. So good. Loved it. Soaked it up. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend you all go and see that movie. If you have, you got to put it on your list. You got to go see it. Excuse me. I know I want to see Gladiator 2 also. It's still on my list to go see Gladiator 2. I need to go see that one. But I'll see that at some point without Angela because I don't think she's really into that one. But I still want to see that one. So, all right. And next I want to talk about is Planet Comicon in Kansas City, guys. Of course, me being around Missouri, that would be the big thing coming up this March. Upcoming March. So, looking at the cast that they got people that they got coming in so far, the celebrities. And of course, they got comic book artists too. I should have mentioned them, and I will next time. Maybe, possibly, but... so, some of the celebrities they got... Well, yeah, the celebrities they got coming in so far anyway. Andy Serkis, who, I hope I said that right. Planet of the Apes, Lord of the Rings, Marvelous Claw, and then you got Matthew Lillard from Scream, Scooby Doo, Five Nights at Freddy's, Bosk. You got Skeet Ulrich from Scream, Riverdale, and Jericho. You got Kate Sackhoff who from The Mandalorian, Battleship Galactica, and Riddick. You've got Mike Coulter from the Marvels, Luke Cage, The Good Wife, Defenders, Carla Gugino from The Watchmen, Sin City, Spy Kids, and The Fall of House of the Usher. Amy Jo Johnson from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Felicity, Flashpoint, and Susie Q. Good movie called Susie Q. Dottie Metcalf, who is a NASA astronaut. So she's not in movies or anything like that, but she's an actual astronaut. So that's really cool. Dawn Bluff from The Land Before Time, Secret of Nim, Anastasia, and American Tail. Tim Daly from Wings, Superman, The Fugitive, and Madam Secretary. Spencer Grammer. Spencer Grammer, Ian Cardoni, and Harry Belden from Rick and Morty. All in from the Rick and Morty cast. Of course, Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell, Pacific Blue, Access Hollywood. Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell, Showgirls, and Shell. Brian Austin Green from Desperate Beverly Hills 90210 and Anger Management. And Tori Spelling, also from Beverly Hills 90210. Scream 2, and So Notorious. And then Pam Grier from Kofi. Foxy Brown, Jackie Brown, and the L Word. And Jim Beaver from Supernatural, Deadwood, Justified, and The Boys. I think if I was going tomorrow, personally, if it was tomorrow, and out of that celebrity list, I think Jim Beaver and Amy Jo. Let me see if I'm saying that right. It's been a while, man. Amy Jo Johnson. I would definitely go see those two because, I had a serious crush on Amy Jo Johnson when I was a little kid. And Jim Beaver, just because Supernatural, man, he did such a good job in Supernatural. So those would be probably the top of my list. I know some people out there would probably be going ape shit over Mario Lopez. Some of my lady friends would probably like to see him. Oh, and I got one more. We also have Richard Sprite Jr. from Supernatural, Band of Brothers, and Jericho. So he will also be there. But still, that's the people I would go see. So I'm still getting kind of excited about it. I want to wait and see what other celebrities they bring up. But there is a chance I might go see those two. So, because my other reason for going to see Amy Jo Johnson now is just because after the Green Ranger passed away, the original Green Ranger, loved him to death. Guy who played Tommy. I think his name was Jason. I'm trying to think of the last name. But anyway, loved him. Such a good actor. He's going to be missed so much. And of course, Amy Jo Johnson, knowing him so well. So I'd like to see her just to, if nothing else, just to say, how great he was and all that stuff, too. Of course, she was great, too. So let's don't, But yeah, that would be my thing. So something I'm looking forward to on down the pike. So, and of course, I'm a nerd, and I'm thinking a lot of these people on here are nerds, so it's well worth mentioning, right? So, there's a lot of good movies coming up too. Oh my goodness, that new Captain America movie. It looks really good. I think it comes out in January. I think that's the next one I'm getting excited about seeing. So, at least the one that's the closest one I can think of right now that I'm really looking forward to. Other than, of course, I still need to go see. There's still one more I need to see this month yet. The one I was mentioning earlier. I still need to go see that. But, alright, so now, moving on to the last part of my segment, my personal things. This segment here, just where I just talk about things a little bit more personal for me, whatever, since I do the question of the day. So these will be, questions, whatever. And since we're getting close to Christmas, I figured we'll make them Christmas questions. So here we go. And I did Google these, so Google questions to ask myself. So, like, what are some good personal questions to ask? So here we go. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? My favorite Christmas tradition, honestly, is giving gifts. I know a lot of people say getting gifts. I mean, everybody has their own special tradition. Maybe hanging the tree. Okay, I like doing that too. Don't get me wrong. I love a lot of things about Christmas. Putting up the tree is one of them. Lighting the stuff every night, or my Christmas lights every night, so that way my neighbors can see it. I love doing that too. Making sugar cookies, I love doing that too. But I think my favorite moment of Christmas is seeing everybody open up the gifts that I got them. I like to see their eyes light up. I like to see them, marvel over what I got them. I kind of look forward to that. So, because all that hard work that I did and everything else, and trying to find those gifts, and just trying to find the right gift, trying to find something they might like or need. I want to see that. I want to see them light up. I want to see their reactions and those smiles on their faces when they open them up. That's what I live for. So yeah, there's that. I love that. I love seeing that part. It's not so much about getting gifts. It's about giving. I will say that. I'm being totally honest with that. That's just my favorite part. Even if it's just giving somebody a Christmas card. Just seeing them, show your Christmas card to people and saying, hey, I got this from them. It's so cool. Did you see this? I mean, even if it's just something as simple as a Christmas card. If it makes their face light up and say, hey, we got something from them, I'm totally all for it. That's what the year's all about, man. Or giving them cookies and saying, here you go, I made these. Oh, so nice. Thank you. I mean, anything like that. Just... Alright, so now, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Man, there's so many great ones. I'm still going to say Polar Express. Polar Express is my favorite because it's just how well it was made, how well Tom Hanks played all those characters, but I just really fall in love with the art of that movie. Just the art alone, just how that thing looks, how the train looks, how those kids look, the elves, Santa, the engineer, all of it. I just love that movie. I love the songs. Puts me right into the Christmas spirit, so to speak. I love that movie. So I'd say that one's my number one. And number two would be Elf. Love the movie Elf. It cracks me up every time. Love watching it. And then number three for me would be Home Alone. Home Alone is good. That would be my number three. Number four would be National Lampoon's Christmas. I gotta throw that one in there. Love that movie to death too. And then, of course, the Grinch. The live action Grinch with oh gosh. But I love that movie to death. That one's so good, so funny. Just love it. Puts me right there again. Those are my top five. And by the way, yeah, that's my top five. Those are my favorite movies. Those are my go-tos. And I would say Nightmare Before Christmas. That would be number 6. Those are just my go-to movies every year. I gotta see them. And of course, I throw in Die Hard and Gremlins into the mix somewhere too, even though people tell me those are not Christmas movies. They got Christmas in them, so I'm watching them, dang it. I don't care what you think. They still have Christmas in them, so I'm watching them around Christmas. You do what you want to do, I'll do what I want to do. And that's the size of it. Which I'll probably watch those movies on Monday. Since I'll be by myself here at the house again. I'll probably be watching them on Monday. So there you go. What is your favorite Christmas snack? Fudge. Fudge and sugar cookies. Those are my favorites. Fudge and sugar cookies. Can't go wrong with fudge and sugar cookies. What is your best gift you got for Christmas? Best gift that I ever got. I honestly do not know. I know I wrote that down, but I honestly do not know. I've gotten so many good gifts over the years. It's hard for me to pick one. So I'm not gonna pick one. I just can't do it. That's not fair to the people that gave it to me too, or anything like that. So I just can't pick one. There's just so many good ones. Favorite gift that I gave, which I threw that in, would be the engagement ring that I gave Angela. That was right around the Christmas time, so I count that as a Christmas gift. That would be my favorite one that I gave so far. Prefer a fake tree or a real tree? I prefer a fake tree, which I got up in my house. Reason being is because, number one, I don't have to worry about them drying out. Number two, don't really have to worry about them catching on fire. Unless they have faulty lights on them. That's about the size of it. Otherwise, they don't cause a fire hazard like the real trees do. I don't have to worry about the sap, and I don't have to worry about, like I said, I don't have to worry about putting them in water or anything like that. I can set them up wherever I want. That's what I love about them. Easy to set up. I can put them away, and I can use them again next year. When I can get them out again next year. I don't have to go out and buy another tree. They're there. They're ready to be set up. I'm good to go. So fake tree over real tree every day. Prefer buying gifts online or in person? Depends on the gift. Depends on the gift and depends on who I'm getting it for. I try to get the gift in person if I can, but some people, what they want on my list, it's kind of hard to get it in person, so I try to get it online. But I will tell you this, whether online or in person, I do everything in my power not to wait until the last minute to give them a gift. If I happen to see a gift for them during those last weeks or so, and it happens to be on sale, hell yeah, I'll add to it. I'll add to their Christmas, or I'll throw it in for their birthday. But I do not do last Christmas shopping. I hate doing that. I don't want to stress myself out. So I buy Christmas gifts starting in January. And I don't stop buying Christmas gifts I think I probably stopped buying Christmas gifts right around November, to be honest. By then I'm usually done. So there's no stress in December. I'm pretty much good to go. But anyway, that is all I got for you guys for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. 30 minutes in. I didn't do too bad, I don't think, for my first video like this. So I hope y'all like it. Let me know what y'all think. Peace out. And you can check me out on one of those other videos that I mentioned. And also, as always, give props out to Marthieve Maynor out there. He does his questions of the day, and he does his advent calendar, which is a chocolate one. So be sure to check him out. He also does some taste test videos. So, and that's all I got for y'all for now. I will see you on the next video. See you later. Bye for now.